Hello gorgeous, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new, and if you are new, it would mean so much if you guys hit that subscribe button to join my YouTube family. But today is going to be another video about Poshmark. And I did one of these videos before. I have a lot more tips and kind of also beginner tips on there. We'll link that down below and have it linked above for you guys to check out. So I would say that's like a part one, and this is going to be part two, and I'm going to share with you even more tips that I have learned on how to make more sales on Poshmark. I actually started my Poshmark closet a little under a year, and I absolutely love it, and it's a really great second source of income, and I recommend it to anyone. I'm not being sponsored at all, but I just wanted to share with you more tips and tricks on how to get more sales. If you guys don't know what Poshmark is, which I'm sure a lot of you guys know about it, but it is just an app that you can sell used, gently used, or a brand new fashion, whether it's men's fashion, women's, kids fashion, and also you can sell things like home decor. So there's a ton of things that you can sell. Personally, for myself, I have been selling just items from my own closet because I kind of want to get rid of those things first. But Poshmark has become a full-time income for many people, and a lot of people buy their clothing from thrift stores and flip it, so they resell it for a profit, and I think that is so amazing. If you guys don't know, my store is just NICOLETTAXO. I will have it linked down below, and if you guys sign up right now and download the app and use my referral code NICOLETTAXO, you will get $15 Canadian or $10 American depending on where you're from right when you sign up if you use my referral code. So just wanted to throw that out there. I will have everything in the description box like I said. It's always great to get a few extra bucks. Let's just jump right into the tips. My first tip that I just wanted to share right from the beginning because it's going to be extremely useful, especially when it comes to like your packaging. I wanted to share with you a website that I use when it comes to any shopping that I do online in general. So even if you find some of your clothing online, I definitely recommend using this, and that is Rakuten. I am not being sponsored. It's genuinely a website that I just use, and Rakuten pretty much is a cashback site. You can shop through so many different stores on Rakuten. They have like Walmart, Amazon, Sephora. They have everything pretty much you can think of, and every time you're going to order anything online, I definitely recommend using Rakuten to make some cash back. So I will leave my referral link down below to sign up right now. Also lets you know if there's any deals going on in that store. It's really great when it comes to saving money. I also recommend it because when it comes to my packaging, I like to use Rakuten because I get cash back whenever I have to order packaging to wrap up my orders for Poshmark. But I will get into more details when it comes to what I use and all of that good stuff. Tip number one is to use the data to review what's selling in your Poshmark closet. Poshmark gives sellers access to their sales report, and I totally recommend looking at that and really analyzing the report. By looking at that, you can determine all of your data, what's selling fast, what's not selling, and what did well for you during a specific period, what didn't do well, and it just really allows you to see what your customers want. Tip number two is to know your brands. You have to know what your customers want, and you also have to know which brands are on high demand. I've noticed there's certain brands in my closet, for example, that sell so much faster than other brands. I'm gonna share with you a few brands that I found sold pretty quick for me when it came to my closet. Lululemon's really great for selling for me. Uggs are really great, as well as Everlane, Key, and Fabletics. So those brands I found sold pretty quickly for me, while some brands I noticed weren't really selling and they're still kind of just sitting there are more basic brands, like everyday brands that you can pick up right away. So things such as like H&M, Forever 21, kind of those like bread and butter brands I find don't sell really quick for me. I find more of the actual designers that are a little bit more high end sell better on my closet. That is something that I really take into consideration, and especially if you're someone that is purchasing certain things at thrift stores and reselling them for a profit, you really want to try and find those brands and sell them because you're going to be able to sell them faster for a profit. So you really just want to know what brands are in, keeping up with the trends and seeing seeing what people are buying, and I guarantee you those things are gonna sell a lot faster. Tip number 3 is to use the right keywords. Think of every title and every description as an opportunity to make a sale. Use the title and as well as description to add as many keywords as possible that you can, so make it very descriptive. This is going to make it easier for people to find your listings as well. I'm gonna give you guys an example. So let's say you're selling a little black dress. You want to list the brand, the style, the size, the fabric or material, and as well as you want to list any measurements you may have. I find when it comes to things such as dresses or jeans, people want to know the exact measurements. Of course, people aren't seeing your items and they're not physically there to see if it's gonna fit them, so people are relying on your descriptions and how detailed it is to make sure that it will fit them when they receive your product. It's better to be more descriptive than to lack description. So try to actually add everything in. People want to know what they're about to buy and they don't want to be shocked when they receive it. And that leads me to the next tip, which is to relist. If your item is sitting there for way too long, I recommend taking it down and just relisting the item all over again as brand new. Once you delete it and you relist it, someone's searching that brand or searching an item, yours is gonna be right at the top as opposed to the bottom. That's really great to do, is always relisting your items if it's just sitting there for way too long. So don't be scared to do that. And as well, you may feel like, oh, you have too many likes on the item, you don't want to delete it. But at the end of the day, if people are just liking it, not buying it, then you don't really need those people's likes anyways, because they're obviously just liking it, but they're not willing to purchase your item. So I just recommend deleting it completely and then reposting it. And that leads me to tip number 5, which is to display quality photos. Like I've said before in my previous video, I use my phone to take photos. I have the iPhone, and honestly the camera is such good quality that you don't even need to use like a digital camera or anything like that. So just using your phone, but making sure you have amazing lighting. You don't want it to be dark, you don't want to use yellow lighting. I usually like natural lighting. I just find it makes your photos the best quality and you can really pick up the true colors of your items. And I recommend kind of having a theme as well, because personally I notice certain people's closets a lot faster when all their photos always look the same, and I kind of just remember that closet just because they have a very signature look. So whether you're taking your photos as like a flat lay and having a little setup for the items, or you're going to try every piece on and take your photos that way, I personally like to just do like flat lays and hanging it up. I don't try any of my items on. And also I do like to sometimes add stock images so that people can get an idea of what it looked like on the model and how it should look. And I find that actually really does help, but you need to also make sure you're adding all of your photos and you're getting different angles and you're showing up close details. They give you a limit of how many photos you can upload, and I always reach that limit. When I first started, I uploaded like the front and back of a clothing, and that didn't do well, and that doesn't work. People want to make sure that they can see the item fully. They want to make sure there's no flaws on it. If there is flaws, you want to make sure you're honest about it and you state it in your description. People just don't want to be surprised when they receive it and it looks nothing like your photo. My next tip is how to close a deal. If you get a lowball deal, which you will, you definitely will get a lot of lowball deals, instead of declining it, which I know when you first see that lowball deal, you just want to decline it completely, I recommend always counter offering. If you decline it, you're automatically declining a potential customer. Always counter back, and it will be their choice if they want to decline or go forth with your counter offer. I just find it's better to at least shoot your shot than to completely shut it down right away. And that leads me to the next tip, which is to know when to actually take an offer. If the offer is fair and maybe you want a few extra bucks, it is not worth those few extra bucks. I recommend just taking the sale. And also that gives you a new customer. And once you start getting customers and actually purchasing your items and you're shipping to them, they may be a returning customer for you. I know for myself now, I have had returning customers. I have had one customer that had bought like 5 of my items on different occasions. So it's great to make sure that you try to also get those customers and you're not too greedy with a few bucks here and there. Of course, if the offer is just a complete lowball, I definitely recommend counter offering and not just accepting it. You yourself are gonna lose money, and you do also, you know, have to package it up, pay for your materials and all that stuff. So you wanna make sure you are getting a good profit. But if it comes to a few bucks and accepting a sale, sale, I would recommend accepting the sale. And that leads me to be consistent and stay active. Poshmark is a social app. It does really well when you're resharing, you're sharing your closet. You get a lot more traction on your Poshmark closet than when you do nothing. And when I'm active, I'm constantly getting notifications all throughout my day. I'm getting sales quicker. Also, when you reshare your items on your own Poshmark closet, it goes back up to the top of the search. So if someone's searching Lululemon shorts and you reshared it, yours will go near the top. The less that you're sharing your items, it's gonna go down and down and down, so that when someone's searching up Lululemon shorts, it's gonna be maybe even impossible to find yours because so many other people posted theirs and theirs are closer up to the top. So they're more likely to buy that than go all the way down to the bottom. So it's important that you are being active and you are being social on the app, and you're going to notice a big difference when you are active and you're going to get a lot more sales. And that leads me to the next tip, which is packaging and presentation. So like I said, I definitely recommend using the Rakuten cashback site. I do know they have Amazon on there. That is where I buy my items for the most part. I also buy items from Walmart. Like I said, I will have my link down below for you guys to sign up today. It is free. There's no strings attached. I use this all the time, even for like Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, I use this website. I think presentation and packaging is really important because I really think that if you have good presentation and packaging, people are more likely to come back to your closet and shop your items again. I actually got these poly mailers from Amazon. They are just white and they have a thank you in cursive in black. And I just love the simplicity of this. I think it's super cute. And once I finish these, I'm definitely gonna get other poly mailers because they have a ton of cute options on Amazon, and you can get a bunch of these for super cheap. So for the most part, I ship in poly mailers when it comes to like t-shirts and pants and shorts. It will fit completely in this. And something else I like to do is I actually got these kind of like plastic poly mailers on Amazon as well, because I like to put my clothing in this before putting it into my bigger poly mailer, just because I don't want water or anything to get through and damage my item. So I will typically wrap it in tissue, put it into here, and then I'll go ahead and put it into my thank you poly mailer. Something I personally like to do is I always like to write in little thank you cards. So I know that if you're a reseller and you're constantly selling so many, I would recommend getting things that are all pre-made and slipping it into each order. But personally for me, I am not there yet where I have so many customers that I can't take the time to write a little note. I just have these Hallmark thank you cards. It's just in marble and gold cursive that says thank you. Totally my aesthetic, as you guys can tell by my room and my obsession with marble. But I actually got these from Walmart and it came with a bunch of them. I had other cards, but I ran out of those. So these are the cards I'm using currently right now. And you can get cards at Walmart, you can get it at the dollar store, but I recommend Walmart because they have honestly a better deal with a lot more, and their cards are a lot cuter and better quality. If I sell something that's bigger, I will typically use boxes, of course, but I always like to make sure that I am stuffing it properly with either bubble wrap if it's something that's more breakable, or tissue to kind of give it some padding. So I always like to make sure that I wrap it up all nice. You don't want to wrap it up and then by the time it gets to them, it's completely ruined or broken. So I spend a lot of time on my packaging, making sure everything's okay. I have gotten really great compliments on my packaging. Those are all my tips on how to make more sales on Poshmark. I hope this was useful. I'm definitely by no means some pro or something, but I have definitely learned a lot through the last few months of being on the app, and I absolutely love it. Like I said, I will link my Poshmark closet down below, as well as my referral code and the Rakuten referral code, so definitely go check them up, sign up. It is such a great way to make extra income, even as a little part-time gig or side gig. Let me know if you guys are on Poshmark too. I would love to know and see your closets. Don't forget to click the subscribe button to join my YouTube family. I upload every single week, and on that note, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!